Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Walrus operator. The Walrus operator was introduced in Python 3.8, and it allows us to perform assignment operations during the evaluation of expressions. The operator is a colon followed by an equal sign, which gives it the appearance of a pair of eyes and tusks, hence its name, the Walrus operator. It's not necessarily something that you have to use, but it is an existing alternative to assigning values before evaluating them in expressions. So it's still good to know about it in case you're someone who wants to use it. So I have two very easy examples to demonstrate the use of the Walrus operator. For the first example, I've got two different code examples, and they both involve the use of conditional statements. So the way the Walrus operator works is that it allows us to assign a value to a variable within an expression, as you can see here. So we're assigning the value of 2 to x inside of this if statement. So here's how the Walrus operator works. Whenever you want to use it, you have to enclose the operation inside of parentheses. So in here we have x Walrus operator 2, which means that whenever we get to the if statement, the value of x is going to be set to 2. And then we get to the conditional expression where it tries to evaluate x to see if it's equal to 3. Obviously, in this example right now, it's not going to be. So when we run this, it's going to print out this line here. So 2 is not equal to 3. If I were to change this value to 3, however, it's going to print out this message here. And as you can see in both examples, that it's actually printing out the value of x to prove to you that it actually is assigning the value to x. So when it printed out 2 is not equal to 3, it was printing out the 2 that was from x. And it's going to do the same thing here. It's going to print out x to print out the value of 3. See, 3 is equal to 3. So that's a very basic example of how the Walrus operator works. But obviously, we're not going to be setting constant values like this inside of expressions. When we're using expressions, whether in a loop or a if statement, it's usually we're evaluating something that got its value from user input or a function that calculated its result and returned it. That's usually what we're evaluating inside these expressions. And in this example here, I demonstrate just that. We are using the input function to get user input, which will then be stored into X and then be evaluated. And if it's evaluated to not be blank, it will print out the message we typed in. Otherwise, it will say input cannot be blank. So when I run it, it's asking for input. I'm just going to say hello, and then it prints out hello. If I run it again and then just hit enter, don't put anything in, it says that the input cannot be blank. So that's how you can use Walrus operators with conditional expressions. The second example demonstrates the operator's use in while loops. We are taking x and we're assigning some user input, and then we're immediately evaluating whether or not its value is equal to q. If it's not equal to q, then it will go through the loop. And inside the loop, it's going to check to see if x is blank. And if it's blank, it will print out the error message. Otherwise, it will print out what we typed. And then it will go back to the top, ask for more user input, assign it to x, and then again, evaluate to make sure that x is not equal to q. And it will keep doing that until we type in q and hit enter. Then that will evaluate to false, and it will exit out of the while loop. So if I execute this code, so it's asking for user input, I'm going to say hello. I'm going to say blank, and then I'm going to type in q. And then it quits. And that's about it for the Walrus operator. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and if you did, then please hit the like button and leave a comment below to let me know what you think. And if you want to see more, head on over to Wayfair Coding Academy channel to check out my other content. And while you're there, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on new stuff as it comes out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.